Hey guys, my name is David Weeks. I'm a 23-year-old college graduate and now a returning student here at Full Sail University. I previously gained a bachelor's degree in the graphic design degree program. Now I'm mastering in the entertainment business program. I've always had a passion for music and the music industry, and I realized that, graphic design, although it was a hobby of mine, it wasn't really what I wanted to do full time every day of my life. I still have a passion for it, or an interest in it at least. But I would like to, take that knowledge that I've gained from my degree and apply it to the music or what I'm doing in that business. I was actually discussing the book Mastery by Robert Greene with a coworker of mine. He doesn't even go to the school or anything. He just read the book for his own leisure, and he told me the biggest point he took away from it was that in order to be a master in your field, you need to put in 10,000 hours of work into that field, of actually doing your job. 10,000 hours. I thought that was cool. I mean, that might take 5 or 10 years, but I want that title of being a master because I know, you set yourself a step above everyone else, and people will come to you because, you have the qualifications, you have a name for yourself, and a bigger reputation. So with a bigger reputation, more clients, which means more money. So I really want that title for a master, and I'm willing to put in that 10,000 hours of work. So on becoming a master, there's several strategies. The first thing is finding your life's task, and that goes hand in hand with the primal inclination strategy, and that's all about feeling a profound connection to your job or your life's task, and you do this by returning to your origins and figuring out what it is that you love and you want to make your life's task. For me, it was always music. So I realized I have to do something like that in order to, be happy with my career and my life. What I envision for a dream job would be a job that doesn't really feel like I'm working at all. Something that I can, wake up every day with a smile on my face, ready to go. Something I can make new connections and learn every day. So just like Einstein, how he felt with his compass, he couldn't put it down. That's how I feel about music, and I know that my career will thrive where my passion is. So that's how I feel about that. I have to do something that I have strong passion towards, which is music. The second strategy, the Darwinian strategy, is one that I learned from. It was about separating yourself from the competition and limiting the competition in your niche to make yourself more successful and send you on a way to becoming a master. So you can do this in two ways. One was narrowing down into a certain task in your field that you are well known for. So like focus on one specific thing, and people will come to you, only you, for that. So you're limiting your competition by doing that. And the other one was just creating a whole new field within your field, and you have no competition by doing that. I could kind of like relate this to how, everything's music for me. So how like Drake was the first artist to sing and rap at the same time, and he kind of blew up because of that and set himself apart from all other rappers. And Drake is a mega pop star now, so he's in his own lane. So third strategy, the rebellion strategy. I really something about this really resonated with me because I've had a lot of people try to steer me away from my passions and try to tell me, you need to think realistically, or you need to do this instead or do that instead. But I didn't let any of that faze me or change my mind. Even trying to pick a degree to go back to school for, people told me, loved ones even told me that I should not do entertainment business because it's not as profitable as like digital marketing or something like that. And I'm not really worried about any of that. I know that I'm not going to be successful unless I'm passionate about what I'm doing. So the first things first is doing what I'm passionate about. So I had to let all that to the side and put my heart into it 100% on what I wanted to do. So there's no alternative to my passion. it cannot be replaced, and that's just what I have to do for my career. I guess I practiced the strategy without even knowing what it was. But yeah, the fourth strategy, the adaptation strategy, the story of the boxer Freddie Roach. He wanted to become a very successful, famous boxer, and he worked his whole life towards it, but he didn't really reap the fruits of his labor. And instead, he kind of had to take a step back and take a less satisfying role in being a trainer, but he was actually one of the most successful boxing trainers in history, so it kind of worked out for him. So sometimes you got to adapt to the circumstances that you're under in order to profit more in the bigger picture. That was the adaptation strategy. And I'm willing to take, I want to be a tour manager or work for like a record label, so I might not get that right away. I might have to take, an internship or an apprentice or even like an assistant position. But I know 10 years down the road, I will end up, establishing a name for myself and becoming somebody in that industry. I just have to sacrifice and, deal with a little bit less than what I want for the long run. The final strategy talked about by Robert Greene was the life or death strategy. It talks about Fuller and how he almost threw everything away. He took his own life and everything, and it requires patience. You're not going to be satisfied at some points on your journey with where you are, but you just got to be willing to see things for what it's worth and focus, on that goal and that vision you set for yourself, even if things aren't looking bright or looking up. Every day you got to remind yourself of what you want to accomplish and work in some way towards that, even if it's 5 minutes, even if it's 15 minutes, even if it's 2-3 hours, as long as you keep it in your head and don't lose track of where you want to be. I know Fuller, things were just he hit a stalemate, and he was at a bottom low in his life. He had to take a job that was just a regular job. His passions were not being used, and he ended up getting fired from that position. And then on top of that, he could barely make ends meet. He had a disappointed wife, and he almost committed suicide. But a voice told him, everything you've done up to this point, you want to just really throw that away. Like, what do you really want? And he ended up inventing 3 huge inventions, and he got everything he could have ever wanted, all because he didn't give up. So I thought that was really cool. And I'm willing to make sacrifices that I need to make, and not lose sight of where I want to be. That's what I took away from the strategies for finding your life's task. And I appreciate you for listening. Thank you.